Imagine waking up every morning and finding out that someone had quietly taken a tiny amount of money from your bank account. Not enough to notice today, not enough to panic about tomorrow, but just enough to make you thousands of dollars poorer every single year. The scary part? It's completely legal. It's been happening your entire life. And most people have absolutely no idea it's going on. Economists have a name for it. They call it inflation. But by the end of this video, you'll understand why a lot of ordinary people call it something else entirely. The invisible tax. I want you to meet someone. His name is David. David did everything right. He studied hard, got a college degree, and landed a stable job. He saves a portion of every paycheck. He contributes to his retirement account every month. He avoids debt. He lives below his means. He followed every piece of financial advice he ever heard from his parents, from books, from the internet. And yet, somehow, David feels poorer today than he did 10 years ago. Why does buying a house feel impossible now, when it wasn't 10 years ago? Why does every single trip to the grocery store cost more than it used to? Why does retirement feel further away, even though he's been saving for years? David isn't lazy. He isn't stupid. He didn't make big financial mistakes. So, what went wrong? The answer has nothing to do with David. It has everything to do with a system most people don't even know exists. Here's the secret that most people never see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you have a pizza. It's cut into 8 slices. Each slice is yours. Each slice has real value. Now imagine that overnight without asking you someone adds 8 more slices to that same pizza. Here's the question. How much is each slice worth now? Less. Each slice is worth exactly half of what it was before. You still have 8 slices. Nothing was taken from you, but each of your slices is now worth less than it was yesterday. That is exactly how inflation works with money. When more money gets created and pumped into the economy, the money you already have starts to buy less. Inflation doesn't steal your dollars. It steals what those dollars can buy. In the year 2000, $100 could fill up your gas tank, buy a full week of groceries, and still leave change. That same $100 today, you might get half a tank of gas and a few bags of groceries. The number on the bill didn't change. But the power behind that number? It quietly shrank. Here's something I want you to think about for a second. Have you ever gotten a raise at work and somehow still felt broke? You're earning more than you were 2 years ago. The number on your paycheck is bigger. And yet, at the end of the month, you're not getting ahead. You're barely staying even. Here's why. Most people track their income. They focus on the number. But very few people track their purchasing power, which is what that number actually buys them. If your salary went up 3% last year, but prices went up 6%, you didn't get a raise. You took a pay cut. A quiet, invisible pay. You may be earning more money than at any point in your life, while actually owning less than ever before. That is the treadmill. That is the invisible tax doing its work. Now here's where the story gets really interesting, and honestly, a little uncomfortable. When inflation rises, it doesn't affect everyone the same way. It actually creates winners and losers. Let me show you two. Family A worked hard and saved their money in a regular bank savings account. They have $50,000 sitting there, feeling safe and secure. Family B also worked hard, but instead of keeping cash in the bank, they put their money into things real estate, stocks, and a small business. Now inflation kicks in at 7% for the year. What happens to Family A? Their $50,000 is still $50,000 on pay, but it can now buy 7% less than it could before. They lost value, quietly, without anyone telling them. What happens to Family B? Their real estate went up in value, their stocks adjusted with inflation, their business brought in more revenue. They didn't just survive inflation, they rode it. This is the wealth transfer nobody talks. Every year that inflation runs, money quietly flows from people who hold cash to people who own things. The middle class works for money. The wealthy own things that grow with or faster than inflation. That's not a conspiracy. That's just how the math works. This isn't new. This story has been told before, many times, in many countries. Go back to the 1970s in America. Inflation hit double digits. Prices were rising so fast that people were buying things just to avoid watching their money lose value. A loaf of bread cost more on Friday than it did on Monday. Families who had saved their whole lives felt their savings melt away right in front of them. Go back further. Look at Germany after World War I. People were literally carrying money in wheelbarrows, not because they were rich, but because it took that much cash to buy a single loaf of bread. Look at what happened in Zimbabwe, in Venezuela, in Argentina, different countries, different decades, same story. Every inflationary period in history starts the same way. The changes are small at first, easy to ignore, easy to explain away. People tell themselves it's temporary, until one day they can no longer afford to. Now, I'm not here to predict disaster. I'm not saying that's where we're headed, but I am saying that inflation is not a new. It is a very old problem, and it has always hurt the same people most, the ones who weren't paying attention. Let's make this personal for a moment. I want you to think about your own money, your own savings. If you had $10,000 in a savings account 20 years ago, and it earned little to no interest, that $10,000 in purchasing power has nearly been cut in half. Think about that. You didn't spend it. You didn't lose it on a bad investment. You did everything right, you saved it. And it still lost almost half its real value. How much has inflation already cost your retirement savings? How much has it cost your ability to buy a home? How much has it cost your future? These aren't dramatic questions. They're math questions. And the math is uncomfortable. Inflation doesn't need to bankrupt you. It doesn't need to make headlines to destroy your financial future. It only needs to do one thing: slowly outrun you, year after year after year. The solution note: this section is for educational purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice. Always do your own research and speak to a qualified financial professional. Okay, deep breath. Because now we get to the part where things actually start to look better. You can't stop inflation. Nobody can. But you can understand it. And you can make decisions with it in mind. Throughout history, people who protected their wealth during inflationary periods tended to do one thing differently from everyone else. They stopped storing value in cash alone, and they started storing value in things. What kinds of things? Productive assets, things that generate income or grow in value over time. Real estate, for example. When inflation rises, property values and rents often rise with it. Stocks in real businesses. Over long periods of time, companies tend to grow revenue as prices rise. Your own skills. A person with in-demand skills can often negotiate higher pay as the cost of living rises. Small businesses. Something that creates value and can raise its own prices. Now, none of these are magic solutions. All of them carry their own risks. But the core idea is simple. Cash sitting still tends to shrink in real value. Things that produce value tend to grow. The first step is simply knowing the difference. Let's go back to David. David's problem wasn't that he stopped working hard. It wasn't that he became irresponsible with money. It wasn't that he suddenly forgot everything he knew. David was doing all the right things. He was just playing a game whose rules had quietly changed around him. And nobody told him. The invisible tax doesn't show up on a bill. It doesn't arrive in your mailbox. Nobody asks for your permission. Nobody explains what's happening. But every year, it takes a little more. A little more from your savings. A little more from your retirement. A little more from the future you were building. The good news? Now you can see it. Most people never do. And awareness is where everything starts. So here's the only question that matters right now. Now that you can see it, what are you going to do about it? Inflation doesn't steal your money. It steals your time.